Hi everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 7 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to bring you another tip on how to help you create the life you want. How to bring more clarity, confidence, creativity into everything you do. Today I want to look at a subject that came up as a result of a quote I found on a Pinterest page. It didn't attribute to the author, so if you know who this is, let me know. I'd love to do that. The quote says, "The meaning we attach to our stories makes us either bitter or better." And then I've added to that, I suggest we do this by choice, not by chance. So the meaning we attach to our stories makes us either bitter or better. I suggest we do this by choice, not by chance. Now notice, it doesn't say the things that happen to us in life make us bitter or better. It says the meaning we attach to our stories. Meaning is a big deal. I've been looking at this a lot recently in my seminars, my work with people, because there's a part of the brain that first attaches meaning to any stimulus that comes in from our 5 senses, and that's the limbic system. Now this part of the brain is unconscious, and its prime motive is to keep us safe in a fight or flight situation. So it has a tendency to overinterpret negative experiences. There's an acronym on fear called false evidence appearing real that really speaks to this way the limbic system interprets life. It attaches meaning in a way that is mostly about what it thinks we need to be afraid of. And it's meaning attached not even to the exact situation, but to our stories. See, the truth is, when we experience something, we create a story about it. That's why you're going to have 2 people view the exact same situation, and one will say this happened, and the other one will say this happened. They both saw the same thing, but they made up a different story about it. So our limbic system is attaching meaning to the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, the past, the world, the future. And that is affecting us. It's making us either bitter or better. Now, most people don't want to be bitter, but a lot of us find ourselves feeling bitter based on what's happened around us, how people treat us, our experience of ourselves or the world, our view of the future. And I think if we get really clear, okay, bitter is not how I want to be, how can I make this better? We can begin to look at, okay, then how am I attaching meaning to this story? Am I doing it on purpose? Is it working for me? Is it making the statement I want to make about who I am? I am a person who believes this means this. Would I teach this meaning that I've attached to this particular story to someone I love? Those are what I call the 4 criteria. They come from the top of the mind. They come from the neocortex, this very purposeful upper 80% of the brain that allows us to make decisions in a way that we would teach to someone we love, in a way that's purposeful, effective, defines who we are versus being defined by those around us. So if we attach meaning to the stories that we find ourselves telling ourselves in a way that makes us better versus bitter, and if we do this by choice versus letting chance do it, unless, the fact that we've experienced something in the past and that's created a certain meaning, it's actually a neural pathway in our brain, that if we don't change it or go from that lower brain to the upper brain, we'll keep going into that fight or flight response, putting chemicals in our body, adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol, that are great in a fight or flight situation, not so great when we're trying to resolve issues, deal with life, create the life we want. So what I would encourage you to do is think about this. This is, by the way, what I do. I get to go around the world teaching people how to engage this very purposeful part of the brain. I call it the top of the mind. The system is called life from the top of the mind. And it's about how to attach meaning to what you see, hear, what you take in from your 5 senses in a way that is by choice, in a way that's purposeful, effective, makes the statements you want to make about who you are and that you would teach to someone you love. If you want me to come to your organization and do this, all you got to do is go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in. Love to talk with you about that. Or if you want to work with me individually, feel free to do the same thing. Go to the website, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in, and I'd love to help you with this. In the meantime, here's to you bringing clarity of meaning, clarity of the stories you tell yourself, clarity about whether you want to be bitter or better, clarity about choice versus chance, clarity, confidence, creativity to everything you do, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.